Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. We got some college football here for you guys. Going to be a great week 2 of some college football. Going to be covering the ACC matchups. I'm going to be doing the Power 5, in all the videos. So go ahead and check out those videos. And we're going to hop into it. 12 matchups. A lot of good action on the board here. Go ahead and check out all my links in the description. Really good promo codes and links to get you guys set up for this weekend with some good bookies, and get you guys betting and ready to roll this weekend. First matchup, we have the Boston College Eagles versus the Massachusetts Minutemen. Boston College opening up as 37-point favorites with the over-under at 58. There's no current money line. I see Boston College 27,000 on the money line. That's pretty. There's no value in the money line there. These teams have played 6 times. Boston College 6-0 in those games. Boston College coming off a 51-0 Colgate win. Now they're playing another UMass team that is very bad. Very bad UMass team. Boston College. The overs hit in 5 of their last 7 games. 6-game winning streak against UMass. UMass 0-10 in their last 10, 1-5 in their last 6 at home. 37 is a really big number. I get it, but I think it's gonna be another game just like Colgate where they beat the crap out of them. I think they should be able to beat this Massachusetts team. Gonna take Boston College minus 37. Maybe buy some points. Throw them in a teaser. I throw a lot of these games into the teasers when they're really high like this. So we'll take Boston College. Next matchup, we have the South Carolina State Bulldogs versus the Clemson Tigers. Clemson opening up as 49-point favorites with the over-under at 56.5. These teams have played 4 times. Clemson winning all 4 with an average score of 59.5 to 5. South Carolina State 0-10 in their last 10. 0-10 on the road. Clemson coming off that very tough loss to Georgia, 3-10. Really no offense, but that's how good that Georgia defense was. They weren't able to do nothing. These teams played last year. Clemson winning, or they didn't play last year, but the last time they played, Clemson beat them 59-0. 49-point favorite is just crazy. Trust me, I know, but I feel like this has got to be the game. This is a game I would definitely tease for sure, buy some points. I'm going to roll with Clemson minus 49. I know it's a crazy number. But do you really trust South Carolina State plus 49 here? They didn't even score last time they played Clemson. Trust me, I've been doing a lot of these crazy games. You are going to be sweating every second of it to hope they can get a field goal to get you some points, so maybe they cover. I'm going to take Clemson minus 49. Weren't able to get their offense going against Georgia. They should be able to put up 60 plus on the South Carolina State team. Next matchup, we have the Eastern Kentucky Colonels versus the Louisville Cardinals. Louisville opening up as 30-point favorites with the over-under at 62.5. These teams have played 3 times. Louisville winning all 3 of those matchups with the score of 36-6 combined. Eastern Kentucky, very bad in their last couple years. 0-10 in their last 10. 0-10 on the road. Haven't won in September in the last year. Louisville, they did not look good in their opener. I think they looked very bad against Ole Miss. Ole Miss was definitely the better team in that matchup. But I just watched that game. I didn't see the offense looked really bad for Louisville. I do expect them to win this game here, but 30 points is a lot from this Louisville team that really couldn't score last week against Ole Miss. I don't love this matchup here, but I'll take the shot with Eastern Kentucky plus 30. Just from what I saw last year, I don't know if Louisville is capable of beating anyone by 30 points. That's a lot. We'll take Eastern Kentucky plus 30. Next matchup, we have the NC State Wolfpack versus the Mississippi State Bulldogs. NC State opening up as 1-point favorites with the over-under at 55.5. These teams have only played 1 time. Mississippi State winning that game 51-28. things have changed now. NC State's been really good. They were really good, very surprising last year. They were really good. Had a really good opener against USF, 45-0. Really good opener there. NC State 5-1 in their last 6, 8-3 covering the spread in their last 11 games. They have struggled against the SEC though, just 1-8 in their last 9 games against SEC opponents. Mississippi State 4-2 covering the spread in their last 6. Have struggled covering at home though, just 1-5 covering at home. I like NC State here, -1. I just like they're leaving off where they left off last year. They're a really good team in the ACC here, and I think it's going to be a very surprising game here for Mississippi State. I like NC State here. They looked really great last week. Only a 1-point game. Going to roll with NC State. Next matchup, we had the Georgia State Panthers versus the North Carolina Tar Heels. North Carolina opening up as 26-point favorites with the over-under at 66.5. North Carolina coming off a horrible loss in their opener to Virginia Tech. Really kind of hurts their season. They really have to go perfect here on out to really have any kind of conversation there. Georgia State losing their matchup to Army 43-10. Did not look good in that matchup for Georgia State. I'm going to keep this one pretty simple for this matchup. North Carolina, after that loss last week where they just didn't have any offense, they've got to put up 50-60 on this Georgia State team. Georgia State is not going to be able to hang around. I'm taking North Carolina -26. They really got to get back and get their offense going here. Rolling with North Carolina. Next matchup, we have the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. First, the Florida State Seminoles. Florida State opening up as 27-point favorites with the over-under at 55.5. Jacksonville State coming off a 31-0 loss against UAB in their opener. Very awful start for them. Florida State coming off that 3-point loss to Notre Dame in a thriller. Really great game. Came up short. We'll see who ends up the quarterback, if Mackenzie Melton will be the quarterback. I thought he was the better quarterback in that last game over Travis. Jacksonville State coming off that 31-0 loss, which I was on them in that last week. I thought they were going to be able to cover. Florida State's offense looked all right. They got good running, but they were up against Notre Dame. It was a pretty tough matchup for them. 27 points is a lot though for Florida State. I mean, they just haven't been able to. They're not beating too many teams by 27 points. Tough matchup here. I don't like this matchup at all. I do like Florida State to win, maybe add them to a money line parlay. But I'm going to go for it again. I'm taking Jacksonville State +27. I think it'll be a lot closer game than we might expect here. But I feel more confident in the money line play, and we'll add them to the parlays. Next matchup, we have the Appalachian State Mountaineers versus the Miami Hurricanes. Miami opening up as 8.5-point favorites with the over-under at 54.5. These teams have played one time. Miami winning that matchup 45-10. App State winning their first matchup last week 33-19 against East Carolina. Miami unfortunately had to start the season against Bama, losing 44-13. That's pretty much about as a Bama game as it gets. So, it kind of puts a damper on their opener. But, App State 0-5 covering on the road. 1-6 against ACC opponents. Miami 2-5 covering the spread in their last 7. 4-1 at home. Only 8.5-point favorites here. I'm going to roll with the Hurricanes. This has got to be their kind of matchup coming off that Bama loss where they weren't able to get any offense going. I think this will be a good showing for them to really showcase their offense and how good they are this year, and especially on the defensive side too. I'm going to take Miami -8.5. Maybe by 1.5, get them at 7. Could be pretty solid too. Next matchup, we had the Rutgers Scarlet Knights versus the Syracuse Orange. Rutgers opening up as 2-point favorites with the over-under at 52. Last 10 games between these two, Rutgers are 7-3. Rutgers winning their first matchup 61-14 over Temple. Syracuse winning their first matchup 29-9 over Ohio. Rutgers, 5-0 covering the spread on the road. 6-2 in their last 8 meetings against Syracuse, and 6-2 covering the spread against Syracuse. Syracuse 0-5 at home, 1-8 in their last 9. Yeah, Syracuse very bad last season. I don't really like this matchup here. Only a 2-point spread. I'm going to roll with Rutgers, coming off that very impressive win over Temple. Put up a lot of points. We'll see if they could do the same here. I'm going to roll with Rutgers -2. Next matchup, we have Illinois fighting Illini versus the Virginia Cavaliers. Virginia opening up as 10.5-point favorites with the over-under at 55.5. These teams have played one time. Illinois winning that game 63-21. Illinois winning their first matchup against UTSA. Already 2-0. They're 1-1. They lost to UTSA 30-37. Then they beat Nebraska in their opener 30-22. Virginia winning their cupcake game 43-0 against William and Mary. Illinois 5-15 in their last 20 on the road. Definitely have not been a road team. Virginia 5-0 covering at home, 6-1 covering in their last 7. This is a tough matchup here. I think 10.5 points is a lot for this game. I think Illinois is going to come out like they did against Nebraska, play a better game here. I like Illinois plus 10.5. I just feel good about that number. It's a really good number. If they could do what they did in their first game, I think it'll be a lot closer. I think they could even win this game too. So I'm going to take Illinois plus 10.5. Next matchup, we have the Kennesaw State Owls versus the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Georgia Tech opening up as 18.5-point favorites with the over-under at 52.5. Georgia Tech coming off their season opener loss 22-21 against NIU. Kennesaw State hasn't played this season yet. Georgia Tech just 1-4 at home. Haven't been that good at home. 1-6 in their last 7. They have struggled. Kennesaw State getting their first game here. I hate this matchup. I'm not going to stay away from it. I'm going to take Georgia Tech minus 18.5. Take them on the money line. They should really have no business losing to this Kennesaw State team. Should be a nice win for Georgia Tech, and we'll take Georgia Tech minus 18.5. Next matchup, we have the Norfolk State Spartans versus the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Wake Forest opening up as 42.5-point favorites with the over-under at 58. Norfolk State, losing their opener to Toledo 49-10. Wake Forest winning theirs 42-10. Norfolk 0-10 in their last 10, 0-10 on the road. That was a game I bet on. I did a crazy teaser where I did bet all of the biggest point spreads, took all the underdogs, teased them 13. I'll tell you what, and that game was pretty sweaty, but they were able to get that. They got one lucky touchdown. If you're betting any underdogs in the plus 40 range, you're praying for a lucky touchdown and like a field goal. You're hoping they can get 10 points. That's really what you're praying for. I think 42.5. It's going to be a sweat. That's just the kind of game it's going to be. Wake Forest should be able to beat them pretty good. I'm going to take Norfolk plus 42.5. I think I want to tease them. Get them at 55. If you get them at 55, I think that's a better option there. Wake Forest is going to win this matchup pretty easily, but I think Norfolk State sneaks in 10 points to where Wake Forest, only wins by 35, 36. So I'm taking Norfolk State plus 42.5. Then the last matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Panthers versus the Tennessee Volunteers. Pitt opening up as the favorites at -3 with the over-under at 56.5. Pitt winning their opener against UMass 51-7. Tennessee winning theirs 38-6. So both of them blowout wins in their openers. Pitt 6-0 in their last 6 games in September. Looked really good in the month of September. 4-1 in their last 5. Tennessee, 2-7 in their last 9. 2-7 covering in their last 9. Going to be a tough matchup here. I'm not sure where I lean, really. I think it's going to be a close one. I think I'm going to go with Tennessee +3 here, maybe by the half a point. I'm seeing you can get the odds at +3.5 as well on Bovada. I think it's going to be a pretty close game here. I'm not really sold on either team. We're going to take Tennessee +3 in this matchup. And that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Check out my other college football videos for the other conferences. And I will see you guys on Sunday. Have a good one.